After the end of World War II, the world was split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War. Now, in the year 1973, the world still lies in the heart of this frigid period. The West and East engage in proxy wars to assert dominance, while spies and agents engage in shadowy dealings. And, with the threat of nuclear war, the world always feels close to doomsday. It's as if the whole world is holding their breath, waiting for someone to make the first wrong move.
Alright,
Some
there
people
we
say
go.
the real continents were only discovered a few years ago.
Welcome back, guys.
Welcome back.
We're here at Good Trouble. Did you miss us?
I missed you.
Who are you?
I am Darnell, and you're Stigma. And I'm here joined by Dune and Jack, and we're here to record another episode of Good Trouble.
Hello, it's me, the Jack of Knights.
I'm here too. What's going on here?
Well, you already said hello. People know.
I'm being
you.
kicked out?
No, you're the most important character. You're supposed to be doing what I'm doing right now. That's why I'm fumbling here. I need you to take the reins.
Hi guys, welcome back to Jojo's Bizarre Adventure. I almost said Havoc Moves, Good Trouble.
Did you say Jar Jar's Bizarre Adventure?
He's a stand user! God. Can Jar Jar show up?
No.
Can his character actor from Disney World show up?
Disney, sure. He'll be playing another role though. You won't know it's him.
Okay.
But why the last time, Darnell? Because this is your job. This is well established now.
Why is that my job?
I don't know. You've done it like 30 episodes in a row. You tell me.
Because you keep telling. Okay. Last
It's
time.
because Teng is so fucking shy and he makes Darnell do all the charismatic stuff.
Thank you. Finally, someone's saying what we've all been thinking.
I've never denied this.
Last time we
came
we went to New York to pick up bats who had been kidnapped, and we sent Driver in advance, our boy, and
That's me.
And our boy Driver, Dante, he went to a diner and talked to an old contact who was like, yeah, he's probably in this building. Also, do you like eggs? Meanwhile, we requisitioned some support from Neil. We got travel from Major O, or Sergeant O, whatever. And then we brought Masterson with us. Oh, by the way, Tan, I think you might be echoing me, buddy.
Sorry.
You're good. So then
I'm
we
just
all
quietly repeating all your dialogue in my breath. I'm so happy with my scripting for it.
we all moved up to New York. We met up with our friend Driver again, and then the plan was he snuck in and got Bats out while we built a big mech to use as a distraction out of Bone. Meanwhile, Bats was having his own adventures. He was basically being tortured, and he was being shown around like, oh, look what you missed out on. You should have stayed with us, by the mob head. I believe his name was Edwin or Eduardo. Eduardo. He's dead now. It doesn't matter. And he fought a big lion named Mbube, who became our ally. And as we were escaping to leave, we ran across... I don't know if I put his name in the notes, but we ran across someone related to Better Angels, right?
The person who had originally kidnapped Bats.
Yes, would you like to present that name to us, DM?
We never told you his name, so unfortunately not.
But yeah, he like struck the ground, nearly caused us to crash, and then was like, I'll see you later. And then he fucked off.
And he told you he knows the location of your base.
Yeah, he doxed us. And I believe that was everything. Did I miss anything important?
That's it. That is indeed what happened.
Well, no, one thing. We unofficially took the native name of the lion away, and we gave him the slave name of Jojo Lion.
Oh yeah, Jojo Lion now. I forgot about that. I don't like how you phrase that though. That was incredibly uncomfortable.
Wouldn't it be the other way around?
This is not accurate though.
His name is a free lion.
No,
yeah,
because we literally freed him.
We liberated
him from the slavery.
He was being forced to do gladiator fights, and we
don't
got
have
him
any
out.
indication that
And then we asked him.
Name,
we asked him if he wanted to join Good Trouble. We asked for his consent.
There was no indication.
He's a lion. He doesn't have a name originally.
If he had a name originally,
we don't know this.
Stigma adopting a dog and giving it a name like your slave name is Bobby. It's just so weird. Oh Lord.
Well, let's get back
This
into
is
it.
like, you know what? Never mind. I fucked up.
I thought you were about to do a cutaway gag like Family Guy.
That is worse than the timeline.
This is like that time Dante went to Subway. All right.
This is like that time Dante pretended to be woke on Twitter.
All right. Why don't you set the scene for us now, Tan Honey?
Well, as we recall, last time I did promise that when we began, we would be going back to HQ for some R&R.
Hell yeah.
So you've been told, you've been congratulated by Neil upon your arrival. You've been told, in regards to the angler, the information he's meant to give, he's provided the location for this wound weapon. A secondary team has been dispatched to investigate because you were busy in New York. So for the time being, you have no obligation. You can do as you will, whether that's at base or otherwise.
I don't mind going later if someone else wants to go first, but I'll stake now. I want to get some RP time with Regent in, if Stigma's down.
I am down. I know what Regent's up to currently.
Perfect. Does anyone else want to go first before we just jump into that?
You guys got it.
All right. What is Regent up to, Stigma?
I believe, he was keeping up, a jovial, I like to think professional, some might disagree, front, face even, while in New York City. But now that, Bats is safe and there's no longer any urgency, you see, it almost seems like there's like a old green book, a bit frayed, clearly well-worn, well-read in his hands, and he looks a bit down. Can't tell what it says since it's clearly not in English. It looks to be a translation of some American book, but there's a pair of large eyes on the cover, and he looks down, still rereading a few passages.
I imagine then Chelsea's probably walking by. Are you in like the lobby or the library, or is he in his room?
Let's say he's in the library, since that's usually a bit of a quiet place.
So she's probably headed to the library. I think I know what she wants to look up as well, but she probably noticed you there sitting. And she's like, Regent, I hope this doesn't come across as rude, but I'll be honest, this is the last place I expected to see you, man.
Well, why might that be? I am a highly educated man.
Really? I mean, no offense, but you kind of come off as a goofball to me.
Oh, appearances can be deceptive, Miss Vulture. You see he's clearly choosing to use the agent name instead of the actual name she gave him for now. Don't you remember our first mission?
I do, and I remember it was kind of a shit show. You tackled me, which I wasn't very fond of, but...
No, not that part. And he pulls out like a facial disguise against his hand.
That part I tried really hard to forget, and now it is seared into my memory once more. Thank you very much. Hey,
don't worry about it. You're welcome.
What are you reading, by the way? What is that? I don't think I've seen that book.
Oh, he shows... So he gives you a look at it, and it seems, based off what Chelsea has experienced, it's a Russian translation of The Great Gatsby.
I'm so sorry, Tan just unlocked me with that gift. Out of nowhere. Great Gatsby. What? Are you getting your GED or something? I don't think I've read that since high school.
GED? What's that?
It's what people who don't go to high school get instead. If you didn't finish schooling, you go back.
In America.
Yeah, I guess. Didn't other countries not have something similar? Not relevant. Anyway, why are you reading The Great Gatsby?
Oh, well, it's just a book my mother gave me when I was young. It formed my entire perception of America before I came here for the first time.
Really? That explains nothing, actually, but it's kind of funny to me to think that you would think that. I don't even know where to go with that, honestly.
The Americans have money?
Yeah. Because I've read The Great Gatsby, and I can't imagine anyone imagining America, like that being their first contact with America is The Great Gatsby. I don't even know where to go with that train of thought. Oh my goodness.
I'll admit, the
Where's
real...
the Great Gatsby? There's no Gatsby that shit ate America.
I'll admit, so far, America, the Big Apple, it's not been so glamorous as I imagined.
Yeah, I'll be honest, New York didn't impress me too much either. But then again, I've always been a small town gal.
Oh, that would... Well, never mind.
What about you? Where are you from, Regent?
I thought... Didn't that contact you met during the time I was away, didn't she mention?
Which contact are you referring to?
That stand user, wielded into dust. The rival.
Oh! Him? No, he just said he was looking for you and wanted to kill you. Kind of was all... A lot of intrigue involved. I honestly thought you would know who he was, but when you didn't, I was just as surprised.
I know who he might be.
And who might he be?
Regent looks around. Are they alone in the library?
There's a bit of a Poindexter at a nearby table reading a big book of biology. And he's sort of nodding to himself and, fascinating.
I walk up to Poindexter.
You're not going to have Masterson in there?
No.
As if he knows how to read.
I imagine he could sit there with like a picture book and be like, oh.
The things they invent these days. It's as if I'm there.
I walk up to Poindexter. I go, just 1 minute. I'm so sorry, Regent. Hey, you.
He adjusts his glasses. Oh, yes?
You're being kind of rude. Can you leave?
What?
We're trying to
I'm
have
just sitting...
We're trying to have a conversation here, and you're in the way.
You're kicking someone out of the place you're not supposed to be talking in?
Red
so
in
you can
the
talk?
face and stabs a finger towards a nearby sign that says, "Please be quiet in the library."
I take...
Please,
We're trying to
Yes.
have a conversation in the place where you're not supposed to be
I-
talking.
You know,
before
the
you go
library,
to the library, you should learn how to read.
The sign on the wall, is it like made of wood or something?
No, why would it be made of wood?
Is it like a metal sign?
Yeah, it's like plastic.
Okay.
Oh, fucking...
I take the sign.
Like an intricately carved wooden sign.
I take the sign. Well, you know, a lot of libraries and like, you know, mom's places have like those little wooden signs. I don't know. I take the plastic sign off the wall and I snap it over my knee.
No! That's
Yep.
vandalism!
I say, "Problem solved, bitch. Get out."
Oh, you haven't heard the last of me. And he struts off.
I hope he's the main villain of this episode.
He is now. He's treated like that.
Sorry about that, Regent. Some people just don't get it. Anyway, please go ahead.
no, I understand. You know, they call the library the auditorium of the mind.
Exactly. I've never heard that said before, but I want to sound smart.
But, you're awfully bold for a small town, and he's like using air quotes with his fingers. Gal.
Well, I had to learn to take care of myself at a pretty young age. If something bothers me, I let people know it. If something's in my way, I take care of it.
Admirable. And it seems he's doing a bit of reflecting, but yes, it's... You wish to know about my origins, did you not?
Yeah. I mean, especially if it gives us a clue as to who this rival is and why he's after you.
Well, I trust you'll be discreet with who you share it with.
I do a little gesture of like zipping my lips and throwing away the key.
And he nods. As you know, Chelsea, like my life began in the East. It was many years ago now. It seems like. Are you familiar with the warlords era of the Republic of China?
You know what? I hate to say it, but I'd have to say no.
I see.
The music's
Wow.
changed. What happened?
I just thought it was more fitting.
I'm menaced slightly.
Well,
Poindexter is preparing to attack, actually.
Wars have
Yeah.
lords.
You can't learn that from a biology book. But
What?
it was
He's ripping on Poindexter.
Because Poindexter was reading a biology book.
Yeah,
All
I guess
right.
you can't.
I mean, I guess I've heard about, like ancient China and all that, but I couldn't tell you I'm an expert. I couldn't name any figures or anything. Why?
oh no, not ancient, just a few decades ago. It was a dark time in the nation's history. The emperor had fallen to a bunch of rabble, and dozens of upstarts generals were feuding over the fate of the country. My and you can tell there's a lot of reluctance in his voice, but Chelsea has always been kind to him, and she kind of shared her origin story already with him. My father was one of those warlords.
Wait, does that mean you're like royalty?
Yes, but not how you would expect. He was no true king.
So what happened with your dad?
Well, he and I were never close. I was one of a few dozen children, actually. He had very antiquated tastes with regard to his marriages.
So
My
you
mother,
slept around a lot?
he kept many women in his palace. Let's leave it at that.
All right.
As I mentioned, this book, and he's pointing to the Russian Gatsby again, very much an accurate translation, I assure you. It was
It's
something it was something my mother gave me. She was one woman my father kept in his palace before the, the wars ended. She, and you can tell, is really reluctant. She purports she was a princess of Russia.
so let me get this straight. You're royal twice?
Well, I wouldn't say twice. My father was illiterate after all.
Okay, so your father was a warlord and your mother was a princess, so how did that lead to you coming to America, much less joining good trouble?
Well,
Weren't all the
after
Russian royalty genocided?
I he OOC, he did say purportedly.
Right.
She's just lying her ass off.
Well, it's a long story, Vulture. But suffice to say, when you have, a few dozen brothers and sisters, the odds are not many of you will get along. After after his reign ended, a lot of us we went our separate ways, or so I thought. I haven't kept up with what's happened to them for many years now.
So you think that this Wen Huan might be one of your siblings with an alias?
Hmm. That's the only conclusion I can have. If he knew me by name.
I gotta be honest, Regent, or Vasilii rather. That that sounds awful. I mean, your dad was some sort of war criminal. Your mom was some sort of escaped royal forced to stay in a palace, and all your siblings hate you. So you ran away to here because you thought there'd be a bunch of money, and now you're stuck fighting for a clandestine organization. I mean, shit. I'll be honest.
Chelsea, when you say it out loud, it sounds much more depressing.
That's what I'm saying. Are you okay? Like, how are you doing emotionally right now, Regent? Do you need anything? I'm not really the
old
top.
sport. I've never been better. And he glances briefly at like the amount of medals he's gotten, but it seems like it might still be affecting him.
One of the medals fill the hole inside.
Oh. Well, I'll be honest. I've never been good at the touchy-feely stuff, but, you know, I think at this point, I hope I'm not overreaching to say, I feel that we are somewhere between the lines of co-workers and friends at this point. So, like, if you need me to lend an ear, you need me for anything, I mean, just let me know, alright? It's hard enough just being in good trouble, and having your history following around and siblings that want to kill you, that sounds awful. I couldn't imagine it.
That means a lot to me, Chelsea.
Why do you keep calling me Chelsea? My name is Chelsea. Chelsea, 2 syllables.
Oh,
It's okay.
the word is pronounced differently where I'm from.
If English is your third language, I can forgive it.
Where we're from, we pronounce it correctly.
Chelsea doesn't speak Chinese or Russian, so she's just gonna take his word for it.
That's not even a name over there. Whatever.
Shishwa. I don't know.
That was somewhat racist.
What was it? I thought that was 2 Chinese symbols. I wasn't trying to sound racist. Okay, now I feel bad. Oh no. And the episode is over.
But
Yeah, please continue.
likewise, if you ever need my ear for a secret, mine is always open. And he uses Fate into You to evolve his ear and to have an ancestor with a larger ear.
Just giving himself the
My
Dumbo
famous
look right
ancestor
now.
with the big ears.
I think she just laughs canonically. Like she's like, yeah, I appreciate it, man. Come on, let's go find the others. If we stay in here all day, we're gonna end up like Poindexter. What a fucking nerd.
Yeah, it's a horrid fate, even for a gentleman.
He's like behind the door right now, like against the
This
wall,
is-
clutching his book,
this is-
crying.
This is Vasilii right now.
You know that image of like the animal girl crying while those other 2 people are kissing? That's him right now behind the library.
I don't know what you're referring to.
Ah, never mind. It's an old meme. Alright, I think that's it for our scene. What are you guys up to?
Yeah, so who wants to go next in terms of the downtime?
I think Bats is sitting in just like an open space, maybe some sort of like. Do we have like a basketball court or like an open gym at headquarters?
Please tell me you're
Yeah,
gonna
sure.
do. Please
You have a
tell me
training
you're gonna
area.
do that one fucking song from High School Musical.
No, he's sitting on a chair propped up against the wall, and he is shooting balls at Bube, and they're playing fetch.
Aww.
It's beautiful. You're tossing these balls, he's catching them, he's having a whale of a time. He's on his back legs, clawing at the air like a happy cat. There is the shredded body of a chicken that he was fed earlier. He's loving life. The Jojo Leon is pleased.
I'm so happy
Yeah,
for him.
Is Driver with me here, or Driver? Do you
Yeah,
have
sure, I
something
can
else?
be there.
Okay.
I imagine like I probably join you after like coming back from one of my non-Speedwagon related deliveries, and then I just drive on driving my bike indoors, of course, because
As you're
He's
driving
like-
down the hallway, a skinny little nerd is in the middle of the hallway trying to, looking sad, holding a biology book.
I almost run over him, but I stop just before hitting him. I'm like, "Whoa, are you okay?"
Please, what are you doing? These are hallways, they're for walking. What are you doing?
And this is a stand, and it's part of me, so it's basically the same as walking, right?
Your asshole is part of you, but you wouldn't show that off now, would you?
I mean,
This is Poindexter again?
It is Poindexter.
Yeah.
Why does he have a Monkey D. Luffy D in his name?
I mean, if someone paid me enough, I might show them my asshole in public. Yeah.
Oh. Wait, I'm.
Poindexter, get out of here! I'm trying to play with my lion.
I can't believe this place. He scurries off.
I can't wait for him to be the new arc villain.
Jesus, this fucking guy.
I feel like that guy's. You know what? Never mind. How you doing, Bats? Looks like the Jojo Lion is doing well.
Yeah, he's fine. I had to talk Neil into letting us actually keep him, but seems like right now he's our new pet.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Yeah, give it a try, and I toss you a ball.
Oh yeah, sure. I try to toss a ball over to the lion.
He catches it with ease.
Ah, that's some good coordination it's got.
Fucking amazing. I don't know what they trained this guy to do, but he's perfect. They don't teach this in the jungle. He had to learn it himself.
On the hard streets of Brooklyn.
When the dog catchers couldn't catch him, we had to bring an outdoor. As you are playing with the Jojo, Kay enters with sort of a clipboard, sort of on her way to somewhere else. So, and she just noticed this bizarre scene of you guys on like a basketball court with a lion.
Can Jojo Lion become our airbud?
Hey Kay, you want to say hi to the lion?
So this is the new agent I heard about.
I guess so.
I thought they were being metaphorical when they said lion.
No, it's very much a literal lion. He's got a stand and everything.
Well, we've had stranger personnel, as I can attest. He's trained, right? He's not going to eat Poindexter back there.
Well, not unless I tell him to.
Please don't.
Yeah, he seems like he's pretty friendly, to be honest. I mean, he did kill that one guy, but he honestly had it coming.
I'm going to assume that was a target, not one of our agents.
Well, okay. Yeah, it was a target, yeah.
What the hell's Poindexter's deal anyway? Is he someone's kid?
Oh, Poindexter? Oh, he's one of the superior officers from the Antarctica sites.
Oh, that's not good.
Like the Lost Continent, that type of shit?
No, Antarctica. You're familiar with it?
Well, yeah, I know Antarctica,
That's where the
but
polar bears live.
Oh, okay. Why do we have a base down there?
Polar bears lived up north.
Well, not many people know about the real continents.
Oh, I see.
It was only a couple decades ago that we discovered the truth.
Discovered the polar bears in Antarctica. But yeah, apparently Poindexter's here for a personnel review or something, deciding who's being cut and who's being kept on, that sort of thing.
I see.
We're fucked.
These are rumors, of course. I can't deny anything.
And as she says that,
I love that played right as Godfrey was revealed in the game.
I thought that was somehow the gift.
Yeah, me too.
That's gonna be fucking Bats and the fucking Judge Alien at the end. Oh my god. I thought for a second your lion was going wild, but I see you're just revving your motorbike indoors for some reason.
I can't help. I honestly can't help it. If you had a stand this cool, you'd probably be you going everywhere with it too, right? I mean, not to imply your stand isn't awesome.
Well, everyone's unique, I suppose. If I had a stand I could ride around, I don't suppose I'd be doing much walking.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, what's your stand again? I think I've talked to you like once.
Oh, my stand, it's called Dance with the Dead. It lets me create this swarm of shadows to manipulate physical objects.
Yeah, and that created the car we had.
Yes, if I keep the swarm inside an object for a very long time, I can bestow sort of supernatural effects. I've been trying to track down what happened to that car, by the way.
What did happen to that car again?
It sacrificed itself to protect Regent in the line of duty.
Was that Demiurge?
Yeah.
Demiurge will
Very
come back.
tragic.
We can rebuild him.
Well, he understands that his conscience, like a normal human soul, his consciousness disappeared at the instant
Wait, I
he
don't
was
think it
destroyed.
was Protect Regent, because that was the oil
It was
rig
the Red
part.
Bats, I think.
To be honest,
I
I
suppose
didn't like
protect
that
bats,
big
but he was just sort of in the way. He didn't make any effort to like jump in the
Okay.
way.
Oh yeah, you're right. It was bats.
It freaked me the
It
fuck out, to be
sacrificed
honest.
itself to protect bats.
Well, I'm glad it died happy.
Something like that.
Curb Your Enthusiasm theme.
I just realised this sinister music he played for the whole fucking time.
Yeah, I was wondering where you were going with that.
I'm gonna turn to Driver. You know, man, I'm fucking bored. I don't know why they had to send out some other team agents when this Better Angel shit was supposed to be our deal. Wound weapon, I thought we were gonna get all the credit for that.
From what I understand, when we received the information, you were locked in the basement in New York, so we couldn't exactly wait.
I couldn't control that. And what information did you get? Can't you at least tell us?
Well, the location of the wound weapon, that's where we sent our team. They should be back any time now. It's been a while since...
Speaking of, what are the higher-ups gonna do about the whole blackmail thing? Because we can't exactly ignore a threat to expose our organization, right?
Her face, it was sort of a bit jovial, falls a little bit. And she's like, oh, we're taking that very seriously. Don't worry. You'll be given a mission before too long. And it will be related to what happened in New York.
Right.
We've sent several Outlook emails to Neil.
We're very concerned, Les. In fact, and she sort of, one of those like dark shadows sort of leaps out of the ground like a little sprite and starts whispering in her ear. Seems we just got some information back, so I should go and meet with Neil and find out next steps. You enjoy your Lion basketball experience?
We absolutely will.
I will.
Good seeing you again, Kay.
Always a pleasure. And she walks off with her little sprites dancing around her. So, so do we have any other sort of scenes or anything, interactions we want to do while we're here? Or do you want to, like, zoom forward to when next event occurs?
I'm good for...
I would like to add one bit of, as Vulture and Regent are walking down the hallway, maybe they come across, Point D Exter again. He whispers, "Oh, he might not look like much, but he's far more formidable." I forgot the second half of that, TBH.
It's 2 Poindexter for like I misunderstood.
At some point, I'm gonna swing by
in the field. Yes, in the field. That's why.
Ooh, you think so? Is Poindexter holding a tray of food, Tanhoney?
He is, yeah.
I go, hey, what's up, Poindexter? And I fucking slap it from the bottom and shove it in his face.
As you guys,
he's trying to wipe the stuff off his glasses.
As you guys are doing that, I drive up to you guys, still riding my bike indoors. And I'm like, oh hey, Poindexter. Is
I
it
love that as you park off, like the smoke out the back is like shaking.
His face.
Not doing that, no. Also, my bike is 100% clean, thank you.
Nice.
Your cell does not produce exhaust.
Yeah, exactly. As I drive up to them, I'm like, hey, Poindexter, is it true that you're doing a review of who stays and who leaves?
Well, that's confidential, of course. I can't... Oh, my glasses. I can't speak too much about it.
You better make sure we don't get laid off, nerd. And I take his glasses, throw them on the ground, and I step on them.
I need those to see.
I put my finger on his chest. I go, if we get laid off, you're so dead meat.
I think
I just like, stare at Chelsea like wide-eyed, like what the fuck did he do to you?
Sorry.
Regent also, won't publicly, humiliate Chelsea, but privately he whispers, that was rather provoked.
Sorry, he was just a little rude earlier. I was trying to have a conversation with Regent, and he wouldn't. I was trying to have a conversation with Regent, and he wouldn't leave, and he was being real snarky. And I don't know. I just hate him now. I guess he's my work enemy. I found
slams his baseball bat onto the ground.
What do you mean he wouldn't leave? What was?
All right, let me put it to you this way.
Please, did anyone see my glasses? He's crawling around the floor.
Listen, driver, I've been here a couple years now, and I found the best way to deal with stress is to have someone that I can designate as my work enemy. just someone I can let all my hate and stress out on. It's completely healthy, not toxic at all. And
I blinked
projecting.
twice at Chelsea. I just blinked twice at her.
the last guy
That's
died,
good.
so now it's Poindexter.
He was the last guy.
He died on a mission. He's not important.
He died sacrificing his life to save the country.
I bullied him into going on a mission he
Asshole.
didn't think was safe. I was like, you wouldn't go on, you fucking coward, and then he fucking died.
I blinked twice again at Chelsea. Just like fucking staring at her.
Okay, look, you wouldn't get it. You weren't there, but he...
Regent is suddenly questioning his decision to share intimate life details with her.
Alright, I'm a little rough around the edges. God forbid women do anything.
Dante was coming here to invite them to play with the lion, but now he's changed his mind and he's going back to Bats and the Lion without them.
No! Let us play with the lion! Hey, you should stop revving your
the
bike.
rest of the New York team?
I'm driving away faster.
Oh, it seems like I just missed my friend Dante. Oh,
Oh,
it's the rest of you.
Masterson. My man.
Yeah.
He
What's
does
it,
like
Bird?
muscular guy
He holds
handshake.
out his hand.
I look at Masterson and I say, "Oh, it looks like my last work enemy didn't die. You're good to go, Poindexter. You're good."
You misunderstand. I am your work. Oh my goodness, Poindexter! What did they do to you? He sort of kneels down and gently, like, gives him his glasses back. You poor man. Let me get you to the washroom, get you cleaned up.
Are they dating?
I ship it.
This is my brother.
I unship it.
Pointy
I mean,
Max
this is
Masterson.
Jojo.
Hold on, you can't just say his name's Pointy Exter and then be like, oh, his last name's Masterson.
Who told you that was his name apart
You!
from the mean chat? Man, you take it as gospel.
Oh my god. Sorry
Perhaps
about.
they're your step siblings.
Don't worry, Poindexter.
I'm only joking. He's not my real brother, but he is my blood brother because he saved my life on a mission.
How?
But he shot the enemy in the head with a gun.
Poindexter? Really?
Well, there's no intrinsic value to human life, so it was quite easy for me.
What the fuck?
God damn, Poindexter. And you thought it was bad that I was bullying him.
Says the necromancer.
No, let him cook.
Thank you so much, Masterson. Well, see ya.
And he scurries off before you can bully him more.
I'm glad we
I
had
swear
that.
to God, if that bastard's the reason I get fired from this gig, I'm gonna kill him. It's not like we don't know where he lives either.
Hey, don't joke about that.
Shut up, Armstrong.
My name's not Armstrong, it's Masterson. I'm being
Yeah,
serious.
whatever, Armstrong. Why don't you go back and hang out with your blood brother?
I never liked any of you. And he walks away.
I liked
no,
you before we
Masterson.
played pool together.
Masterson, I
It's
like
called
you.
billiards, you fool.
I immediately go to choke him out.
That's it. You've been asking for this for a while.
Alright,
I-
it's time to engage the combat.
Oh shit, I have to start charging my headphones too. 1
I
second.
love how the relationship with Masterson has deteriorated to such a degree.
This is all your fault after fucking we played pool.
I jumped
so
in to
brilliant,
assist
actually.
Chelsea.
I think Regent also pulls out Fade into you to try and break it up.
Wait, what did Bats do? Sorry, I had to put my charger on my
I'm jumping in. I'm beating the shit out of him.
Hell yeah! That's why you're my best friend, Bats, my work bestie.
Exactly.
Silly, help me. Mr. Teng, you, Regent, help me.
Is this gonna be the
Fade
PvP
into you.
chapter?
And he tries to like devolve the very firm, solid ground everybody's standing on into like something much softer and mushier.
What
so they all
on
think
earth is
and
going
are
on
unable
here?
to fight.
So everyone's slipping and sliding on this, and as you said, you hear, what on earth is going on in here? And Neil is, of course, standing in the doorway.
Do you guys think Neil is gonna end up being the main villain of this story?
He can't do Major
I-
Tom twice.
At this
He can't
fucking
do.
rate, with the amount of trouble you're causing for him.
He can't do a Major Tom twice. I won't allow it.
He's going to be the villain in the sense that he's going to fire all of you.
When do you Tom thrice, not twice, because like the offer girl was the second one?
Oh my god,
have
he
to-
can't do Major Tom thrice.
Dan's addicted to the Disney villain twist.
I won't allow it. Oh man. I imagine I stop what I'm doing
what
and
are
I
you all
immediately
doing here? Why is Poindexter leaving in tears?
I stand up and immediately salute the boss and I say, in my defense, sir, I thought Masterson was dead and I needed a new work enemy. Also, Poindexter is really rude.
And also, in my defense, sir, he was an asshole.
Calming exercises, Neil. Calming exercises.
Neil, honey, baby. I walk over and I put an arm around
I'm
his
not sure,
shoulders. I go, listen.
Are you trying to seduce your boss?
No, I am not.
hold on,
I am not. I am not. I'm talking like a gangster buddy. I'm like, listen, buddy. We always do our work and we do it well, right? We always get the job done.
Right now.
What? Oh, I must have missed the wait. We don't have email yet, right? So letter. I must have missed the memo. Probably Poindexter's fault. Okay, well, I was just on my way over there, and Masterson and Poindexter picked a fight. They made some, frankly, not okay comments towards me, so naturally...
And her body.
Yeah, it was extremely uncomfortable.
What?
They called me the B word, and look,
Belgian?
I don't want to turn this into an HR incident, Neil, but... I think it's best we all just...
You will turn it into a physical therapy incident.
I have a better idea now.
What's your better idea?
It was inappropriate, and quite frankly,
my better idea was that instead of Vasilii thinking the B word is Belgian, he thinks of it as Belarusian, a most offensive term.
We just got word back from the wound weapon.
The wound weapon talked to you?
No, we got word back from the wound weapon mission. He didn't fucking talk to me. What are you talking about?
Sorry, you just worded that weird.
Speedwagon Foundation's top agents.
You should have said on the... Anyway, it doesn't matter, sir. Please. And I salute again.
It appears that someone beat us to the punch, to put it simply.
That's because you sent your second best team.
Can I finish?
Sorry.
I guess Speedwagon's just glaring at Chelsea right now.
I sit my mouth and throw the key away again.
The location we were given by the Anglo is a village in Yugoslavia. Our team got there, but by the time they had, it seems something had befallen the village. The entire place appears to have been transmuted to some sort of glass, villagers included. We found signs that the location where the wound weapon would have been held had been ransacked. So it seems that a third party got there first, took the weapon, and disposed of any evidence and witnesses. Not good.
Yeah, that is a problem. But if they left no evidence and no witnesses, I mean, how the fuck are we supposed to find it?
Well, my thinking is, not long ago you encountered an enemy that could transmute materials as well, didn't you? Back when you were retrieving the angler in the first place.
Are you talking about when?
No. I'm talking about, you described a massive... cardboard! Kaiju?
Yes, cardboard laser kaiju. Yes.
It's been like a month or two. Give him a break.
I would think it was a memorable incident, but okay.
I'm not actually there, by the way.
Oh, right, this is just your
in my defense, I don't really think of having a giant laser fired as transmuting materials. I think of that as fucking death ray.
Didn't half of someone's body get turned into cardboard? But okay.
He got better.
As such, and given the recent threats towards our organization, we're turning the brunt of our investigations with the Better Angels and organization. That's what the brief is about. Where you should be right now, because the cafeteria is not the appropriate venue to discuss such things.
As Speedwagon says that, I drive over to the cafeteria and I look at him and I'm like, boss, where were you? I thought we were supposed to be having a briefing right now.
Yeah, it's really unprofessional of you to be late and stop me on my way to the meeting.
For 10 minutes, boss.
Last one to the briefing gets a 10% pay cut and it begins speed walking.
I hop on your motorcycle against your will.
I've already driven off.
Paid for this shit anyways. Legal prisoner.
I go and
you get 10% off
reduce the size of the
how
by
much
10%.
your prison.
It's not a joke.
Oh.
So, yes, we all make our way to the briefing room. It's much more official, and it doesn't have fucking Poindexter's lunch all over the floor.
I'm the first one there for obvious reasons.
Absolutely.
I'm the second one there because I said so before anyone else spoke up.
I'm the
Well,
third
so the
one there because
I'm
of
sorry,
my-
that's but your cell size has been decreased by 10%.
No, because Mbube is the last one there. He gets
Wow.
10% less chicken.
I feel like the lion would be a bit faster.
Yeah, but he was distracted because I threw a chicken so bats could get there first to distract it.
There's a pie on a windowsill that distracted it.
yeah, I put like a fresh rotisserie chicken on a window and he floated over.
Was actually the last one there.
Yeah, because we were walking past him and I fucking kicked the back of his leg so he wouldn't be able to make it on time.
So you're in the briefing room with the projector. So, we've been gathering all the information we have on an organization called the Better Angels. So far, we have a limited amount of information, but I can tell you what we do know from what Polpov intelligence gathered, and what the Angler provided, and what we've managed to acquire independently. The Better Angels are a group quite like ourselves, a third party in the Cold War, belonging officially to neither East nor West. But they are far smaller. The entire organization, as far as we are aware, consists of just 6 people. One of which you already met, Micah Jag, a trader to MI6 in the UK, and a user ability called Spin. We believe another to be the Hamon user, or Ripple Man, you encountered in New York. As for the rest, their identities are unknown, but we do know from what the Angler said that the leader of the Better Angels is a young man wearing what seems to be a black crown, going by the name Genesis. His identity is unclear, and we honestly believe that to be an alias at any rate.
I would be surprised if his mother carried him for 9 months and then gave him the name Genesis.
Unless she was the dumbest Christian in the world. She's like, I'm gonna name my kid after a Bible book, Genesis.
You know, when Genesis and Eve were in the garden.
That was his name.
I'm going to Genesis all over them. However, and this is what the focus of this brief will be today, we know that the Better Angels used to have 7 members, one of which was an old man named Koalamf. He is the only one of them who has ever been captured, and is currently being held in the private prison in the Black Sea, called Pitch Black, a private prison that specializes in holding stand users.
One thing I'd like to point out, it seems like so far everyone in the Better Angels has a different source of power.
What do we know about these strange Hamon abilities?
I'm wondering if this theme continues with all of them. Maybe there's, certain other types among them.
We do believe them to be an eclectic group, yes, so be prepared for anything when engaging with them.
So you're telling me there's more stuff to worry about beyond just stands and wounds?
Hey, you ever hear about vampires?
What?
Oh, don't be silly.
Oh yes, we all know about the
Told me we'll be
vampires.
fighting a werewolf.
We got rid of all the vampires, right? That's already been taken care of?
Nope.
What do you mean, nope?
The horrors we
Actually,
saw in Antarctica. He looks off in pain.
There are a few members of the mob purported to be vampires. And I'm not joking about that either.
Oh yeah, chances are you know at least one vampire.
Everybody knows at least one, right?
I thought we killed the last one years ago. My bad.
The Hamon clan's been fucking slacking.
Yeah, for real. Okay.
Ever since that Joseph fellow crashed his plane.
So, I guess the obvious question, Neil, is Better Angels know where we are. They have mysterious powers and we don't know their identities. It seems like, we're not playing with a full deck here and they've got every advantage in the book. How do we catch up? What's our strategy here?
That's exactly what I came here to discuss. We're closing the information gap. Your mission is to infiltrate the prison pitch black, retrieve Coalanth, and we will interrogate him for information on the other members of the Better Angels.
What do we do if he doesn't respond to torture?
Well, we have our methods.
Do we have anyone with hormone here?
You want us
They
to
can
torture
do with
him?
like they can do some like hormone users can do like some psychic shit to read the mind, right?
I don't remember.
As I said, we have our methods, he says a little hurriedly and sort of looks away as you say that. But,
wait, hold on. I want to hear more about that. We have mind-reading people here?
don't worry about
Don't
it.
worry about it. Let's just
I'm
move
very
on.
worried about it for obvious reasons.
Don't worry about it.
Have you ever read my memory, boss?
As if I could read memories, you fool. Anyway.
What am I
well,
thinking about right now?
Yeah, what's
I
he
don't
thinking
know.
about?
I don't know. I'm not psychic. I never claimed to be psychic.
I bet you're thinking about the color green right now.
Oh god damn it!
Psychic?
And Vasilii reacts to that.
Your mission. So we have a route for you to enter the private prison pitch black. But first, we need to discuss the individual you will most likely be engaging with here. It's a private prison operated and guarded mostly automatically with a single actual guard. Its founder, a man who previously worked for the CIA called Maximum Ride. This is just a day for unfortunate names. He sort of
That's
clicks the
probably
project-
his real name, honestly.
Yes. He clicks the projector and an image of this man appears. He's a big man with a black vest and a spiked collar, and also lots of spikes in his black hair.
So
it
he's
seems-
the only actual guard there in a prison meant for holding stand users.
He's very effective, from what I understand. We did have
Yeah,
a
that's what I was thinking.
I'm gonna guess his stand is the prison, which
Probably.
which poses a problem twofold. Because sure, we need Coalanth out, but if we run into this guy and we knock him out, wouldn't that free every single other stand prisoner and cause a bit of an issue?
Exactly. Your secondary objective is to ensure no prisoners escape during the course of this breakout.
So we
I
can't
assume
actually
we have
fight this
some
guy.
affiliation with this guy, but
We have
Neil, I
approached
got-
him already to try and get access to this prisoner. He has refused. He's somewhat of a zealot. When it comes to
What's his reasoning for not just letting us take this guy out for the betterment of society?
He takes a great amount of pride in his prison. It seems that surrendering custody of this man to him would be a blow to that pride. He has thus refused.
Well,
So-
can't we pay him?
He's not the sort of man who responds well to bribery.
I think that would
Do you
hurt
have
his
any
pride.
information on his stand?
Hmm?
Any information on his stand? What is it? What are we getting into here?
Fortunately,
Yeah.
it is unknown. We do believe it is not the prison. The prison is a highly advanced machine that he has commissioned using money he embezzled from the CIA previously.
But how exactly do they manage to hold stand users within?
So
We believe they have access to some form of material that stifles a stand user's power while it comes into contact with them. That's how he holds them in the cells.
So we have to rescue a guy from a top security prison while fighting a guy who's ex-CIA with an unknown stand, and we can't hurt him because it might accidentally undo the prison.
I never said you couldn't hurt. I just make sure everyone else doesn't break out while you're doing this. Don't blow the walls open, is what I meant.
Right, but if we
I
knock him out,
you
wouldn't
said
the
that
other
you can't
prisoners
hurt
use that opportunity to fucking leave? You said he was the guard who kept them all in check.
Well, if their ability is still being stifled, they should be all right while he's unconscious for a spell. If it comes to that, so obviously, ideally, we would want you to not engage the man at all.
Alright, so stealth mission then.
Exactly.
Okay. We can do that. We can do stealth. We're stealthy.
Yes, I am. the
I
most
would
skillful
like
of
to
the individual.
propose that maybe it would be a better idea if we did the usual split. Perhaps Chelsea and Vasilii, and maybe Bats, if he thinks it would be better to go with them, engage, run distraction for the prison guard while I go and look for Coalanth.
Hey, how come you always get to do the stealth part? I blew stuff up last time. You have the loud
Strategy, as always, is
motorcycle.
up to you.
My excuse you, and as I rev my motorcycle, it goes completely silent.
Then why
It
did
can
you
be
make
very
noise
quiet.
earlier? That was
Because I like the
unnecessarily
sound
rude.
of the motorcycle.
Oh, I
He does
see.
make a good sound.
To be fair,
Thank
though,
you.
if we're all stealthy enough, I don't think we'll need distraction.
I don't think we're all stealthy now.
I vote that we all stealth because, believe it or not, despite my buffoonery at times, I am a highly trained agent, and I don't want to be a big distraction. I want to go sneak in and help too. I think I could be of more use from a stealth standpoint too. I would rather not attack a highly secured prison head on with and take on this guy that we know nothing about.
Okay.
Well, I guess there's really only one person here who can't stick to the shadows, and I kind of look at Vasilii.
Yes, it will be a bit difficult to blend in with that accent of yours.
Time to devolve myself into a plesiosaur and attack the ocean tower.
If you devolve yourself into a single-celled organism, you can slip between. You can slip between.
Actually, can you do that to all of us?
Trust me, driver, that's far more dangerous than you think it is.
If you go to single-cell organism, surely you will not retain the mental capacity to turn off the
a
ability.
whole world of cells trying to devour you.
Yeah.
What if you turn into like a slime mold? Because that still has some level of intelligence.
Would you still love me if I turned into a slime mold?
Would you still love me if Vasilii turned me into a worm?
But
At any
you're
rate,
right. We could use my ability to sneak into the prison.
Yeah, why don't you devolve our beautiful lion friend into a stealthy jaguar?
Well,
That's
if
still
we're looking
quite
for
big,
distractions, I can't think of any bigger than a gigantic fucking lion.
Yeah.
So maybe he might have some use here.
That's true. And his stand, it like grows plants and he can manipulate them, right?
That's correct.
That could be pretty useful. He might be able to like take over the terrain.
We do have an entrance route ready for you if you do wish to take it. Our own Sergeant O was once a prisoner at this facility. He can transport you to his old cell. From there, though, it may be an issue getting out of the cell if it's currently occupied.
That's no problem. We're strong. We can bend some bars.
I'm
Just get them telling you that it was material at Stiffel's stand, but okay.
Oh, what's it called? Neverwire?
No. Why would it be called that?
What's it called then? What's this material that we gotta look out for?
I don't know. It's a strange material. I don't know what it's called.
Well, we should probably know what it looks like.
Anti-sandite. I don't know. It's black and oily.
Black and oily. Got it. Stay away from anything that's black and
And
oily.
stone.
You chaps have given me an idea. Before we enter this prison, I'd like a carton of freshly laid chicken eggs.
What?
Anything you want, sir.
What came first, the chicken or the egg?
And when Sergeant O has made it clear he was not going to remain in this prison for a second longer than is required, so and obviously firing off a flare to alert him is impractical, given that the pitch black is on an island in the middle of the ocean. So we're bringing along a communication specialist with you who can communicate directly between the different members of the team.
Please don't be
using his
Poindexter.
stand.
Please don't be Poindexter. Please don't be Poindexter.
Please, Mr. Exter.
Yes,
Sir. And he enters and adjusts his glasses.
I look at Chelsea and I just say, "You brought this upon yourself."
Shut up, nerd. I
My
didn't mean that. I'm
stand-
sorry, Dante.
Excuse me?
Sorry, I was apologizing to Dante, not to you. Continue.
Okay. My stand, the nerve, allows me to use anything resembling a human mouth and speak through it within around 100 meters or so. With this supreme ability, I can create communications throughout the entire team, along with Sergeant O. Any questions?
Anything
When you say resembling a mouth, how does that?
Well, watch
What's
this.
that
He takes
one
out-
effect where it's like two eyes and anything that looks like two dots and like a line can look like a face?
He takes out a marker before you can do anything back. It just sort of draws like a crude smile on the back of your hand,
Oh my god, I was about to do that same bit.
and then
Wait, what?
The nerve.
He's
Hold on,
doing
repeat it.
he's doing that thing where your hand, you like curve your fingers and you put your thumb and
No,
you
he
like, move
he
the
doesn't do
thumb.
that completely. Just sort of like a picture of a mouth, like a big like,
Oh.
and then he says their nerve, and a big pair of bulbous floating lips appears in front of him, and he speaks into it like a microphone. And as he does, he whispers into it so you can't hear what he's saying. But then the drawn mouth on the back of Bats' hand goes, "Hey, it's me.
Can we also talk through
I'm
those?
speaking through your hand right now. This is
Can
how
you
my
hear me
ability-
through my hand right now?
No, I can only speak.
So only you can relay information.
Yes, but as the most intelligent of the group, my information gathering skills are far beyond any of you.
I want to hurt
swear
him
to
so
God.
bad.
This fucking guy.
I raise an
fucking guy.
eyebrow at him and I gesture to the tape recorder.
Yes, visibility became quite useful when we were in Antarctica.
You were
Oh, Vasilii, I remember you. You saved my life. I'll always be grateful.
He was
Oh, it was
bullying you 5
That's-
minutes ago.
No, that was Chelsea. Vasilii was explicitly
That
not
stand
involved.
using penguin would have had me if it wasn't for your expertise.
Oh. But Bozbat wasn't a penguin, Exter. It wasn't
Listen,
a penguin.
Poindexter. We are all highly trained experts here. We don't need you degrading us, okay?
Whatever you say.
Yeah, whatever. Doesn't even have a fucking response. Anyways, we're bringing the lion, right?
And by
This is
the
a
way,
stealth mission. How many people are you going to bring?
yeah, it would be better to limit our numbers to just
I think
us
we should
four.
leave the lion. We'll leave the
It's
lion
up to you
behind.
By the way, as while Poindexter is talking, I like summon proto men behind me, and I like play like in a recording of him that has been seriously edited, and I play his voice back saying, "I am a dildo."
I never said that. This
Well,
is slander.
the recording says you have, so...
No, I don't like that. Not one bit.
It's pretty weird, man.
I never said that. He's crying.
Before we leave, I would like to stay behind. Like, once we end the interaction, I want to stay behind and just talk to
I was
Poindexter.
on his side before he started insulting proto men. I'd like to say, and I do say that in character.
Please just try and get along.
Yeah, I think
So
all
he's-
hope of
it's,
the Speedwagon. I think all hope of that has been gone for a while now.
Regent salutes goes. Aye, aye, sir.
really want to show me some fucking respect around here. It's fucking typical. He's walking off, muttering to himself.
Speedwagon is?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
had enough. But you
I
want to do
think our
something?
boss is gonna go off the deep end, guys.
Yes, once everyone starts wandering off, I want to talk to Poindexter alone for a moment.
Oh God!
Absolutely. Would you like to say to him?
Is everybody gone?
Yeah,
Sure.
I want nothing to do with this.
I pull him aside, and I take him by the wall, and I go, hey, I need you to listen to me. You might want to change the music for this.
What's it?
To the suspense
What's-
music.
Oh, it's Spence. Okay, I was going to go for funny silly, so I guess not.
Listen. Obviously, you don't like us. We don't like you. I know
You don't like me?
I haven't, been exactly kind with you and whatnot, but you have to understand that our team here is really tightly knit. So no offense, but I don't trust you. But if we're going to be relying on your ability to communicate and get us through this mission, then I need to know I can count on you. Because I have someone who's counting on me, so I can't afford to not come back. So are you going to take this seriously? Are you going to work with us? Because when we're on the mission, I'm not going to be fucking around with you. It's going to be pure professionalism. I'm going to do everything I can to protect you, and I need you to do everything you can to make sure this goes off without a hitch.
Absolutely, that's my expertise. I'm not a communication specialist for nothing, you know.
Okay, then we won't have any issues. But, I swear to God, Poindexter, if you blow this, I'm going to do more than just bully you. And if you succeed, I'll be extremely grateful. And then I'm going to walk off.
Okay. So anyone else got anything they want to do before we set out on the mission?
I'm gonna meet with Chelsea after this happens, and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, Chelsea, I made another funny recording. I made another funny edit," and I play Poindexter's voice saying, "I hate women and minorities."
Jesus Christ. This is the 70s, though, so that would just be people
Probably.
talking normally.
Dante
Whoa,
is
I
invented
kinda like this
YouTube
guy
poop
now.
so
Oh
early.
my God! Bats is like, finally, someone saying what we're all thinking.
Hey, this guy's not so bad.
He's red-pilled.
He says what we're all thinking.
That's pretty good. Listen, this mission concerns me. More than the ones we've been on so far. Like, invading...
Yeah, why is that?
Invading enemy countries, going against all these crazy people, that's dangerous, sure, but at least we have intel, and I know that I can trust you guys. I don't like having an unknown element. I talked to Poindexter a little bit, but I don't want to go into details, but it's important that I come back from my missions, and it's more than just me wanting to be alive or whatever. So I want you to keep a close eye on him for me, if you don't mind.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't get why you're so concerned about this Poindexter guy. I mean,
I'm not concerned about him personally, like doing anything wrong, but they just told us that the only way that we have to communicate with each other and to contact our escape is through him. And no offense, but not only have we not worked with him, but he doesn't exactly look like a guy who can handle a fight. So if something happens to him, that means we're fucked in the middle of the ocean. Which is why I'd like you to keep an eye on him, if you don't mind.
Personally, I don't like having to rely on someone else either, but...
Right. It is what it is. That's why I'm concerned, because if something happens with Poindexter goes wrong, then we're fucked, and I can't afford to be fucked here.
Yeah, usually I prefer to be a bit more independent, shall I say. Even working in a group is pretty unusual for me, but here I am.
If you don't feel comfortable keeping an eye on him, I don't mind asking Vasilii or Bats. I just came to you because you'd be the one who's fastest to get him out, and honestly, I'm going to admit it, you say you're used to working alone, but I think you're the most reliable. Nothing wrong with Slugger or Regent. They've both been great teammates. I'm glad to have them.
I get what you mean.
But, like, if it was against the wall and I could only pick one of you to be trusted to do something, it would be you. But if you don't...
I appreciate it, yeah.
Of course. But if you don't feel comfortable, I'll go ask one of them.
I get what you mean. Yeah, sure, I can watch over Poindexter. Although, I will admit, I don't exactly like being the one who has to, sit back,
Like I said, I could ask one of them. I don't want to pressure you.
No, it's fine.
I appreciate
Your reasoning is solid, so I can't exactly dispute it.
Thanks, man. I give him a pat on the arm. Say, well, might as well get a meal before we have to head out.
Yeah. You want to smoke?
Oh, God, yes.
And I
That's not characterizing.
Yes!
I give her one of my blunts.
Nice.
Okay, anyone else got anything they want to do before we...
John, no, why am I Koichi? No!
You are a reliable guy.
I don't want to be Koichi.
I love this because this implies I'm Jotaro somehow. The heights have been reversed.
There are some similarities.
I think, maybe Regent was trying to just get to know Bats for like a few minutes while they were waiting for it.
Well, please go ahead. Please get to know each other.
I love roleplay sessions. I'm actually having a ton of fun with this.
Now, difficulties, I'm not actually sure how that would go out. But I won't problem.
Hey, Bats, I heard you were in the mob. My dad was also a war criminal.
Bats is kind of sitting back on the chair, not really paying attention to anything. Using a toothpick.
You seem awfully put together as somebody who was kidnapped by the mob.
Huh? Oh, that was like a week ago.
Yet I don't see any tears, any trembling. You seem perfectly calm.
Well, yeah, those guys were assholes. I mean, look, I'm over it, all right? I've been trapped in a prison for about 2 years now, and that kind of overtakes some of your mental facilities. And you can't really hold on to some of those things anymore that you used to care about, especially not those assholes.
Jesus.
You've been working with Good Trouble for 2 years now, and Vasilii has like a brief flashback, like session 1 or 2, when he was voting for his jail conditions not improving.
Yeah, about 2 years, I think. I don't know. It's hard to measure time.
Don't worry, Dante. Also, Dante had his back during the jail escape, so.
I feel so
what
bad.
jail escape?
The mob escape. Sorry.
Okay. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
My whole life I've been in a prison, and now I'm going back to one. Talk about irony.
Anyways, Vasilii, I mean, what's his name? Fucking Regent. Anyways, Regent, why? What do you want? You keep staring at me longingly.
I wouldn't call that long anyway. But he is
Am I some
indeed
type-
staring.
Am I some type of like petri dish to you?
Oh, I'm no Poindexter. I'm no biologist like him.
Okay, well then, lay the eyes somewhere else, maybe. It's freaking me the fuck out.
All right, and he looks at the at an unfamiliar ceiling, which is
Can
jail cell.
at this point can I enter upon this like very awkward
Absolutely,
scene?
please.
Before that, real quick, I'm so sorry, but this will tell me everything I need to know about Good Trouble. When he looks at the ceiling, is it a popcorn ceiling or a flat ceiling?
It's flat.
Okay.
The heck is a popcorn ceiling?
It's when like they paint it shittily, so there's
He's
like
like, why
bumps.
so creepy?
It's like they
Yeah.
painted shitty, so there's bumps all over the ceiling. It's like super.
Oh
cheap.
yeah, okay, yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah. So
Here he goes.
This is my new favorite bit.
So, Dante comes up between you two on this very awkward scene, and it's like, all right, hey Bats, you want to play baseball after we're done with this mission?
Fuck yeah, driver. And
Hell
I
yeah.
immediately perk up and sling my arm around him. See, now you could take a few pages from this guy's book, Regent.
Poor Regent.
Boards. He knows.
What?
Oh, nothing.
Boy.
I look at Bats and I shrug.
I think he said sports. But I also heard boards like board shorts.
All these boys and their borts.
Boys in their ports.
I think that's a good time to, move forwards now.
Let's do it. Mission time, baby.
Are you
So,
sure
yeah,
we don't want 5 more hours of character bonding?
I unironically love the character bonding and roleplay, but I am also
No,
eager to start the mission.
I was joking around, but it is fun.
It
Yeah.
is very fun.
So we can zoom forward. So you're approaching on this boat with Sergeant Owen Poindexter. Once you're at a good distance from the prison, he'll use his stand to get you in close to get to the cell, basically.
So Sergeant,
I go up with-
you've. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I go up to Sergeant O and I'm like, hey, you were in prison here. What can you tell us about the warden?
He was prisoned here?
Yeah, that's
Did I
where
miss
we're going to his old cell.
Huh.
He
We're
seems
trying to
very
make a
pale
feeling
and tense
for the
the closer you
plan.
get to this prison. The warden, I didn't see. I never saw much of him.
Sorry,
until,
I was diagnosed with ADHD.
I'm sorry to hear that. But yeah, I never saw much of the warden apart from when I was taken in initially, given over by the government. But he's not a nice man. Conditions are not very good there. I won't be stepping foot in there myself. You understand?
Yeah, I don't blame you.
How did
So,
you get out?
You can't tell us what his stand power is or anything like that, can you?
I never engaged in them. I can tell you. How'd I get out initially?
Did you escape or were you released? Does anyone
Good
get
Trouble
released?
broke me out when they recruited me. So
Do you know how they broke you out?
there was another transport specialist before me. He had an ability that was perhaps a bit more versatile than mine. He's not around anymore, though.
Not around as in dead, or he left?
Prison's
It's-
structure.
In the line of business, it's the first. He's dead.
I'm sorry to hear that. Although that does make Chelsea feel a little better that Good Trouble has broken in here once and did so successfully that they didn't even have to fight the guy. So that gives me hope that this mission might not go horribly wrong.
I wish we had more details on how that stand broke them out, but
Based on what he said, I assume it's just like a better teleport ability or some shit. Like it has
Maybe.
more freedom.
Now, Sergeant, do you have any information on the prison's layout? How many floors, any levels to avoid, that sort of thing?
It's very extensive. There's 5 levels above ground, I understand, but it also goes down a number of levels to the into the ocean. So I don't know exactly how far down it goes, but it's a big cookie.
Is it separated like, Worst criminals at the bottom, best at the top? Is it random? Is there some sort of scheduled watch patrol he does?
I don't think there's a sort of level system in terms of severity. I think it's just sort of
Do they lower a platform from the top to the bottom with food on it, and each person eats food for a few minutes before it goes down to the next floor?
What are you talking about?
I've seen that movie too. No.
It's a movie.
I know. I've seen the movie too.
That movie's fucked.
No, they don't do it. Well, they don't do that.
Right, that wouldn't make any sense.
I'm sorry, this is very traumatic for me. I don't appreciate jokes.
Well, I know they say that the cells stifle stand powers, but it also sounded like this warden's pretty terrifying, but you've never seen him fight anybody? Why are people so scared of him then?
And I never saw it, but occasionally people would somehow break out their cells and you'd hear what would happen to them, and it wasn't good.
There's also some stands that are so powerful that you don't really have to fight someone when you have it.
I guess that's a good point. And then that hope goes back down again. I have no more questions. Thank you, Sergeant O.
So long as we snuck
I'll be
in,
honest, I don't... Oh, go ahead, Stigma, I'm sorry.
so long as we snuck in without getting tough, as the Americans say, we should still be able to use our stand abilities well, correct?
As long as the restraints that they put you in are what stifle the abilities, so as long as you don't get those on you or come in contact, then you should be okay.
Oh, so it's not just like the cells are made of it. It's just we have to have manacles put on us.
Exactly.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Do we know where in the building, by the way...
That makes me feel a lot better.
Same. Do we know where in the building, by the way, that Koalefant is?
I thought this was like fucking kryptonite shit. We're just being around it.
Yeah, I thought the cells were made of it. I thought that.
Yeah,
was
that's why I was like,
mentioned.
oh god. Never wire. But Koalinth, do we know what floor he's on, or do we also have to find him?
We also have to find him, yes.
Gotcha. This is the one time where I would say, let's not suggest splitting up if this warden's so scary.
We could.
I don't know. I
could
could run interference. I could run interference while you guys do a search. I'm fast enough to evade him.
What I don't understand is how did Good Trouble manage to break in here and not obtain some sort of layout that we can use? Blueprints, anything. I mean, we're going in blind into a massive prison.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. When they broke in the first time, it was just for me. They didn't have a look around. The ability they had just let them go directly into my cell and get me out of there.
But that implies that they knew where your cell was, right? Or what did this other person have an ability to locate people?
I think he did have some sort of sensory ability that worked along the same lines, yes.
Right.
Yeah.
But we don't have anything like that here, so we have to figure out a way to find the layout of the prison.
Or at least where this specific prisoner is being held, yes.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some sort of directory.
If we can find, like, the main office or something, we can probably find a list of all the prisoners and where they would be located, or some sort of map of the prison, or schedules, or whatever.
So I have a quick question.
Do you know...
Tan.
Yeah.
And we may not know this, but... Is this prison, because in my mind I keep imagining it's like a big towering panopticon with like a spiral staircase. Is it like that, or is it more like an actual prison with like different offices?
You can sort of see it from this distance, big square sticking out the ocean.
Okay, so it's like an actual prison where there's like offices and a cafeteria and a yard.
Well, not necessarily a cafeteria, just like that the structure is a big square.
Right, but like
you can see from the outside.
But like it has stuff aside from just the cells.
It's mostly the cells.
Okay.
Like, it's panopticon basically, yeah.
Okay.
Do we know what the rest of these prisoners are like?
Oh, if it's a panopticon, so I'm gonna have to run interference then.
Do we know what the rest of this prison is like? Might these prisoners be unjustly confined?
There's no way of knowing. Basically, the way it works is other governments pay this guy to keep them behind bars. If they don't keep up the payments, they get released in a random time and place back in their home country, so not good.
They get released at random?
Well, what's the worst
that could happen? If their home countries
happen?
don't pay.
Well, what's the worst that could happen if we just released everybody?
I wouldn't recommend that.
Mass panic, probably lots of deaths.
It can't be that bad.
But it's up to you, I guess.
I'm still baffled by one guy running this whole operation. I mean, he's got to be a real piece of work.
It's actually not up to us, since our mission very specifically stated make sure as few people escape as possible. Which means it's up to Neil.
Well, this is as close as we get. Are you ready to go down my stand tunnel?
Did my order arrive from Director Speedwagon?
Your order?
A carton of freshly laid chicken eggs.
Yes. I went and got these from the store myself. He sort of goes back to his usual chirpy self as he hands you a carton of eggs.
I imagine we're all wearing, like, pretty dark clothing to try... Because I imagine we're going out on, like, a stormy night or some shit.
Yeah, it's very dark, it's very rainy. There's thunder and lightning in the distance.
So, rather than... On top of my suit, I've got, like, a black hoodie covering my head, trying to wear, like, as dark clothing as possible, because if this is a Panopticon-style place, and we want to be stealthy, like, any little advantage.
If it's a Panopticon style place, stealth isn't an option. Then you're gonna see us immediately.
I think Vasilii, with his high stat of wisdom, is wearing like gray, like Arctic camo to try and blend in with like concrete walls.
Gotcha.
From the Lost Continent.
Yeah,
We discovered it a couple decades ago.
Well, you all ready?
Ready as we'll ever be.
All right, you
I
Zygoth.
don't like how little
prepared-
information we have, but sure.
I'm
Don't
with
worry,
you on that
guys.
one,
I'll be
driver.
able to analyze things once you're on the inside, says Poindexter.
Poindexter.
Oh, good.
Poindexter. I put my hands on his shoulders. I lean down. Because I imagine he's a short fella. I'd say,
Yeah.
I need you
What
to
if he's taller than you?
I mean, I think Chelsea's not that tall. She's like... I think I said...
And
five.
What if he's like?
5'4".
What if
He's
he's
like
like
Jojo
6'20"?
size.
What if he's like 6'20"?
Okay.
It's like Jojo with glasses.
Well,
Why is he not in the NBA?
my point is, I look at him, and I say, Poindexter, I need you to stay close to Driver, okay? He's our transportation specialist. If something goes wrong, he's going to keep you safe, because we're relying on you, okay? So I want you to stick as
Okay.
close to him as possible, and do whatever he
Point out,
says.
it's probably wise for us to put one of my drawn mouths on each of us so we can keep in contact.
All right, let's do it then.
Poindexter, I got a question. So how are you going to see more than us? I mean, you can't see through your mouths, can you?
Of course not. Those would be eyes. He straightens his glasses like he said something clever.
Remember,
Right.
because of our
Well,
time era, we only have pagers, so all he's doing is we can split up and he can talk to us through each other, and we can all hear it. It's basically his
I
attack.
can keep you updated on the situation that me and Drive run into.
He's also, I think, putting a mouth on what Sergeant O, so he can tell us when we're ready for pickup.
Exactly.
Like portable telephones, huh?
So if something happens to him, we have no escape.
I just realized that Driver's thankful that he's going with Poindexter because it means he doesn't have to have a mouth drawn on him.
That's true.
You think it might be better to split up into groups of two, not including you, Poindexter? I mean, I could head with Driver and we could do the reconnaissance that way, and you and Vasilii can, maybe have a better time engaging this the warden or any other
It would
prisoners.
be better for two of us to.
Change the warden.
I do think it would be better for two of us to take point and then two of us to follow behind.
Yeah. I think the plan should be we're all stealthing, but if we do get caught, then two of us can stay and fight him while the other two go find Koalon.
Yeah. Taking point allows us to also, if two of us get caught or two of us see anything, we can warn the others and run interference before all of us get caught.
I think
point.
on a personal level, Chelsea wanted to be paired up with Bats, and she feels kind of close to him, but she's like, yeah, I'll go with Vasilii. It's all good.
Bats is mainly thinking about how well him and Driver fight as a team here too.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
I think Driver feels like a kinship with Bats, really.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody loves Bats. Like, what
Yeah.
can I say?
Team favorite.
Can you blame them?
Except Vasilii.
He's my fan favorite. I love Bats.
Vasilii's got like a voodoo doll of Bats and he's like putting pins into him.
These are unfounded character attacks, slander.
Well, the nice thing, Regent, is we at least have been proven to work pretty well together, even if it gets a bit messy sometimes. Just don't tackle me, okay?
You tackle one woman and everybody. Yeah.
Well, you guys worked together very well in the New York mission, right?
Flashback to giant bone mech being torn apart. Yeah, we were pretty good.
And I raise
It
my
was.
eyebrow as she stutters a bit. Right?
Yeah, no, without a hitch. No one saw our faces, I think.
What happened in New York?
Don't worry about it. We're here.
We liberated our dear comrade.
All that
Slugger.
matters is that Bats is
That's all
safe.
anything.
All that matters is Bats is safe. That's all I was worried about.
Great. What happened in New York? Josh, I didn't do anything, I swear.
There was no green light in New York.
No.
It's like that
Well,
one
I've
video
got
of
the
Drake and
tunnel
Josh
set up
causing-
here on the side of the boat if you guys are ready.
Yeah, we've been talking for 20 minutes. Let's go.
You haven't already made the tunnel? Come on, Sergeant.
I have made the tunnel, you're just not in it.
I'm already walking there. I'm like, come on, Sergeant, we'll get it together.
Well, good luck.
I'm driving into the tunnel.
The tunnel seems darker than usual as you drive through, so the light is sort of illuminating directly in front of you as you all go.
I've got my projector light. I've got the headlights on the bike projecting ahead.
So it's a short drive and a longer walk for the rest of you, I imagine, until you reach the other side of the tunnel where the door is ready to take you to the other side, basically, into this prison cell.
I'm ready to enter.
Okay. You enter. So immediately you're struck by how dark this cell is. The door is closed on the other side, basically in the small square cell, but there's nowhere for a light to go anyway, no light fixtures or anything. The only illumination provided is through this is through the headlights of Protoman as you come through. And you can see that fortunately the cell does seem to be not occupied at the moment, and you can see two chains and manacles of oily black metal sort of hanging off one wall. And that is the sole furniture in here, basically.
So you think that stuff sets in immediately? I kind of want to touch it.
I mean, it might not be a bad idea to test it out while we get a chance, just to see how effective it is, how long it lasts.
I place one of the manacles on my wrist, and I try to use my stand.
Your stand comes out, but it's very slow and lethargic in terms of movement, and you can't actually seem to use its actual ability at all.
So it doesn't suppress stands. It just slows them down.
It's like a dampener.
And you
Right.
turn that metal into a ball still.
I attempt to, but I can't use the ability at
Well,
all.
get
After
out,
you
get
take
off
it
the
off.
manacle. Yeah, when he
right,
takes
okay.
the manacle off, does he immediately get his stand back, or is there a delay?
It takes a couple of seconds.
Mhm.
Okay, from a distance, I try to launch a bullet at the manacle to turn it into a ball.
It turns into a ball.
That is going to be super useful for us.
Here, which one of you wants to take this?
I'll take it.
Wait,
How you
might
gonna
be
say
better
it?
to give it to the other group. That way, if you need it, well, no, we can't have communication that way.
I have an idea.
Oh.
I take the ball from him. I'll say, if I need you to turn this back into a manacle, I'll just hit my beep on my pager.
That's right. I forgot we have pagers. Perfect. How many manacles do we have?
There's two in this
In the
cell.
room.
One for
Okay.
each hand. It looks like.
All right, then we'll both take one.
Does the effect, by the way, happen if we're just touching it, or can we have it on
If you're
our
just
belts?
touching, if you're touching it, it does affect you.
Okay, so let's keep it in ball form
And it altered the powers of the
Right?
close range type stand. Vasilii brings out Fate into you and tries using its stand ability, with its fist on the strange substance.
You cannot do so because the second you come in contact to like do it, it sort of dampens your abilities to such a degree that you can't do it.
Ooh,
Figures.
Slugger, you will be invaluable today.
Thank you. Highest remarks coming from you. Anyways, again, if you need it, just page me, and that's I'll turn it back into the manacle.
Yeah.
But if you need anything else, page me twice.
Yeah, for sure. And bats,
Yeah,
be careful, okay?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
just bats,
we'll
right?
be fine.
Well, I know
Think
you're gonna.
about it.
I know you're gonna be fine, driver.
Yes, just bats, right?
Okay, fuck off,
It's
Vasilii. You have me, so you're gonna be fine.
It's a stealth mission. We got this.
Yeah.
Can't be that hard. Are there any windows, or just is the door completely
So
sealed?
the metal door is completely sealed.
Okay.
The only sound you can
I'm
hear
go-
outside is sort of the rain battering against the walls.
Okay, I'm going to turn myself into balls, and I'm going to have driver open up the door just a crack, and I'm going to shoot only one of the balls up to the ceiling outside of the cell and get a view of the room around us.
I do
Yeah.
that, yes.
It's a long hallway outside. There are windows on one side that seem to go to a central courtyard where you can see a inner tower that seems to have that sort of viewing station there where a person can look around all throughout the prison, Panopticon basically, as we said before. The hallway itself just sort of stretches on with identical metal doors every sort of couple meters here before it curves back around in the sort of inner square.
Did our mission come with like a photo of Koalaton, so we know how to find him?
You did get one though, yes. It's a very emaciated, extremely elderly-looking man, basically. Bald, eyes sunken in. His eyes and mouth are closed in the picture, but he's very distinctive-looking.
I guess.
Extremely elderly. You think maybe like 100 years old.
I guess as we
Just
pass,
looking
we're
at
just like looking in each cell for that guy.
him.
Yeah,
Windows
that's
as well,
it is,
so-
that is way too inefficient. We need to find some sort of prison registry.
I move the ball back into the cell, and I transform myself back into bats, and I'm like, okay, so driver and I can go take the tower. How about you guys go down the hall and explore that way?
Yeah, we'll look, see if we can't find some kind of register or something.
All right,
Sounds
then.
good to
Sounds
me.
good.
If we need anything, we'll hit the pager. If you guys need anything, have Poindexter use his ability, and we'll come running up.
Yeah.
Exactly. The way I'm seeing it right now is if we have a vision of the peripheral of the prison, from that point of view, Poindexter could communicate to you guys a little bit better.
Actually, wait a minute. Poindexter,
Yes?
how many of those mouths can you make at a time?
Well, I don't need to necessarily make them. Anything that looks like a human mouth, I can utilize my ability within 100 meters.
Do you
So
still,
you're not limited by number of mouths, just distance.
Exactly.
do you still have that marker on you?
Of course I do. I don't go anywhere without it. Masterson gave it for my birthday, actually.
Could I borrow
That's
that?
very sweet of him.
I know.
Could I borrow that?
Sure.
I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna pocket it for.
Kelsey,
sure to give it back.
Kelsey, don't do something bad with it.
I'm not. I'm gonna pocket it for a gambit idea later.
I think
Chelsea.
I know what you're
I'm
thinking.
gonna get that back, right?
Yes. I'm not gonna bully you over this. I'm gonna give it back. I just have an idea.
Okay, I'm just making sure we're all being professional on this.
I want to say it, but I don't want to ruin the surprise.
I know.
But
I
it's not
understand.
that epic. But it's just like I have an idea for like a one-off way we might be able to get away if he almost finds us or something.
All right.
All
I'm
right.
trusting you on this, Chelsea.
Hey, when have I ever betrayed your trust? She's
I
like,
know,
actually
I'm,
hurt.
I'm just saying that today has been very concerning.
Listen, all right, you don't understand.
I understand. You don't need to justify yourself.
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
understand.
Finally, someone who listens to women. And I'm going
What?
to walk off with Vasilii.
Are you
Well, what am I
implying
with again?
something there?
Yeah, she heard you say something very concerning about women and minorities. Apparently, I don't know where she
I would
got
never
it from.
say that.
I don't know where she got it from, man.
Poindexter,
I
you're
heard
part of the problem.
I heard
What?
it too, Poindexter. I heard it too, and I give Flash him a smile.
No!
Poindexter, you have some concerning tweets in the 70s.
What? Like a bird?
You have some concerning sticky notes laying around the office.
This is the menacing music is still playing while we're
No.
doing this.
I'm not actually doing the spit on him in the mission because I told him I'm going to be all professional.
It's too late, you did.
No, come on. I was just having a goof. No, but I take the marker and I go, thank you. All right, Vasilii, let's head out, see if we can't find some kind of register.
Yes, and as you know, Vasilii, he's, even though the colors, like gray, bluish Arctic camo, still has like an ammo belt wrapped around him like Rambo, but it's filled with the chicken eggs.
Nice.
It's like the fucking bit from Looney Tunes.
He's ready. I'm ready.
I like this. Yeah, it's good.
We split up into our groups, so run me through like your individual strategies one more time here.
Bats and I are going to the big tower. They're fucking off somewhere.
We're going down the hall to look for like offices, something like registers, information about the warden or the prison, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I would have assumed that that important information is contained in the big important tower.
That's what I'm thinking.
Well, now we have two different places where it might be.
Yeah, I would assume the hallway would be a better place to start.
I was all for looking at each cell while they try to find the info, but I was told
that
we should find a register.
That's way too.
This is a gigantic prison.
That's way too inefficient.
So that's why I'm going for the register.
No.
I don't know what else you want me to look for.
It's okay. We're not. It's okay, Darnell.
It's not okay.
It's okay.
I'm crying and shitting right now.
That sounds like a you problem.
Alright. Anyway,
I think shitting would be a problem for all of us, really.
I don't mind whichever half of us is like panned to first.
Let's just go ahead and do it.
Okay, so we'll start with Bats and a driver here. As you're going towards this big tower, you have to basically get to the bottom of these floors first, which doesn't prevent much trouble, and from the exit to get through the courtyard to the tower. So you do that without much issue, basically. And once you're at the tower, it's a bit more. It's very much the spiral staircase. It just goes straight up if you want to get into this tower.
Wait, just to clarify, no one in the cells like sees them and tries to heckle them.
There's no windows or anything.
Oh, they're like solid cells.
This is like Black Dolphin Prison.
Oh, this is like fucked up.
Yeah, this is fucked.
You could imagine that we probably turned ourselves into balls at multiple points too.
I thought there would have been people at the bars like, "Hey, let us out!" But no, this is like
wheels
dark.
have been broken.
No, this is like literally Black Dolphin Prison.
Like, I'm not saying these are good guys. I know we're not supposed to break them out, but now I kind of feel like we have an ethical obligation to.
Maybe we do. I don't know. Anything could happen. I mean, this guy is ex-CIA, so I wouldn't mind.
I love how all it took was finding out that the cells don't have windows to know that this is a bad place.
Too far.
They have,
It's like they're chained up on the walls.
yeah, they're literally chained to the walls, and all they see is darkness, and they can't do anything. That's so fucked.
I am going to silently drive up the spiral staircase.
You say silent, but driving up the staircase does imply a bit of like clanging and shit.
I'm going to drive on the wall of the staircase.
I'm going to put my hand on him and just tell the driver to just calm down for 1 second. And I'm going to launch one ball up to get a visual on what's inside the tower first, just in case that's where the warden is.
Okay, that's a good idea, yes.
So the tower seems to be empty for the time being. There's very much like it's a watching station, but it's also a bit of an office here. There's sort of filing cabinets, drawers, a desk. A sort of secure installation against the wall that has some rifles and guns and everything sort of sealed away for emergencies, it seems. So this is very much like the heart of the prison, and there's no one here for the moment for some reason.
All right, then. The coast is clear.
All right.
Okay.
All right, we're going up, Tan.
Okay, so as you go up, you get there. There's all sorts of things splayed out here before you: desks, filing cabinets, drawers. There's a plethora of information, depending on what you're looking for here.
I'm
Alright,
gonna
Poindexter.
start digging around for that registry.
Is the information all completely random, or is there like specific sections, or like is there things that stand out like
There's-
folders?
Well,
like
if he's the
prisoner
only
files,
guard, it depends on how devoted he is.
Are there,
So
like,
I'm sorry.
meticulously organized.
Are there like
Okay,
folders
yeah.
laying out that he's been looking at recently or something?
No, everything seems to have been put away whenever he's done with it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm
It
gonna
operates
start,
on the Zodiac
I'm
system.
gonna start looking. I'm gonna start looking through the filing cabinets for Coalant.
Or not Zodiac, sorry, Dewey Decimal is what I meant.
I'm going to this fucking Zodiac system.
The Dewey Zodiac system.
He invented it himself, he's insane.
I'm going to put Poindexter to work also searching while I'm going to send off a ball, actually 2 balls, out of the tower, and I'm going to have them rotate around the tower like a panopticon searchlight and just to keep a visual on what's around us, just in case the warden comes by.
When they search
Okay.
around, do they find handwritten notes or like tape recorder recordings like in a horror game from the warden?
Nothing like that. No, there's no Bioshock.
Damn.
We find an audio log of this guy talking to himself.
I love running a prison. However, all the monsters have been a nuisance lately.
Manuscript pages lying around. I captured a new guy.
I found the password to his computer. That one's realistic.
That one is realistic, especially if he's like older than 40.
So it takes you surprisingly little effort to find it. As I said, it's meticulously organised.
Yeah,
Did you
imagine I
find-
just have to look for the C in the filing cabinet.
Well, it's more a general one that has the individual names and like
Oh,
cell
okay.
numbers and things like that. And it says, so for example, a normal file is like this.
Object class containing number.
This would be like this guy's in cell 3C.
It's probably reversed here, though, isn't it?
What do you mean?
Like 3C would be there. Never mind.
And this is what you get. This is the only one that differs here is a coalanth.
Were you saying reversed like level 3 means 3 below or something?
No, never mind. It's not important.
I think
Coalant. I show it to what's his name again? Poindexter?
Poindexter, yeah.
Poindexter, and I'm like, convey this information over to our buddies.
Absolutely. He makes the nerd appear and speaks into it. And we swoosh over to Chelsea, Vasilii, who I expect making your way through the halls looking around still.
Did we also find a map of this place while we're looking around?
I was about to ask if they didn't find
There is a
map.
basic blueprint though, yeah.
Never mind.
Okay, yeah.
I got slightly distracted. Who's Amity Man?
Just
That was just an
example
example name, not someone
Oh,
important.
okay.
That's actually my uncle. Can we rescue him too?
Alright, so they have the name and they have the map. Do we find anything before we hear from them, like when we're looking around?
Well, they actually did their thing fairly quickly, so as you're looking around, the drawn mouth on the back of your hand opens up. Hello! We have received the information that Coalanth is in cell, we believe, 5D, but it also says SF. We don't know what that means.
They
when
can't
you
hear
try-
us back, right?
No.
Right.
SF.
I page 3 times, which is something I forgot to say earlier, but that's the confirmation that we heard their message. So boop boop boop.
Right.
Looks like they heard it. That was the confirmation we agreed on beforehand.
That's correct. Flashback sequence thing.
So what the area that we walk down the hallway? Before anything? What does that look like? Like what's in this hallway?
It's more cells, basically. Everything not in that tower, at least in this above ground portion, appears to just be sort of prisoner storage cells, basically.
Is there any sort of marker on the wall anywhere? Like this is level 3C or whatever?
You do see on the doors sort of like bolted into them. Like, for example, you're outside cell 3C at the moment, and you can see like in sort of iron letters on it: 3C, 3D, 3E.
It says all 3 on that door?
No, this is an example on other doors.
Okay. I go, okay.
This is one cell, don't worry. There's no non-Euclidean shit going on.
Well, Vasilii, I think our first thing we need to do is figure out how the layout works. So I say we try to find the stairs, head down the floor, and see if that's level 2 or level 4.
Indeed. Well, no, I suppose this is better to take the scenic route.
And
You shouldn't just slip between them with my stand.
as we go, I'm drawing a mouth on each cell.
Okay. Back on the door.
Before I do that, actually, when he speaks, does it automatically go to all mouths, or can he control which
You
ones?
can pick which one.
Okay, then I'm doing that. I'm drawing a cell. I'm drawing a mouth on each cell.
I think, since
What was he cooking?
My logic here is I'm thinking that if we're almost discovered, we can use it as a distraction. But also, if we do decide ethically or advantageous-wise it's better to break these people out, we can communicate an escape plan to the other prisoners through the mouths by putting a mouth
I
on each of
guarantee
their
you the
doors.
first prisoner we see is going to be like Jack the Ripper tier.
Probably,
I think-
but I just figure, like, if he can, especially if he can control which mouths he talks to, it doesn't hurt to have them there.
We have to sit in the office and pick and choose which prisoners are good and bad.
Yeah, like fucking
naughty
Santa
and nice
Claus.
list.
I'm God.
I think while Vulture is doing that, Vasilii, just for one random cell, he uses his stand to devolve the door a bit so that this is like an eye hole so you can see what's inside.
Immediately you hear blood-curdling screams erupt from within the cell as the person within sees this.
He undevolves it. Okay, never mind.
You fucking... Ah, God damn it! And I grab his arm and I fucking try to book it to the stairs before the warden finds us.
You do hear, in response to that scream, more noises from within nearby cells as more people realise something is going on.
You fucking... Why did you do that, Vasilii?
And almost as
are
if on a
fine.
cue here, as you say that, another noise sort of overtakes the prison.
I
that's
look
not
over
good.
to Bats and Poindexter. I'm like, okay, want to start taking bets on who fucked it up?
I hit the pager 7 times, which is the prearranged code I set with Driver that says Vasilii fucked up.
Looks like that's your answer. Jesus Christ. Can I see anything
guys,
outside
you're
of the
gonna want to
tower?
see this.
Oh,
Says
fuck
Poindexter.
off, Poindexter.
Shut up, Poindexter.
But
I
can
look
sense a
have
mouth
walls outside
over
moving.
to
Oh,
what Poindexter is trying to show us.
There's a mouth moving towards us.
A
I
mouth
have
moving
balls-
towards us.
I have balls positioned out of the tower. What could I see?
You can see a large, heavyset man leaving the main prison and begin marching quickly with intent towards the tower.
Okay.
He pauses for a second and then looks up directly at the ball that's looking at him. And you can see
Yeah.
it is Maximum Ride. And he
Why,
looks
why did he
furious.
call, why did Poindexter call this a mouth?
He's got a mouth.
Oh
He-
yeah, I
he's-
guess that
He
does-
can detect
Wait a
anything
minute.
that looks like a mouth, I'm guessing.
Wait a minute. Could you have located him? Can you
Well-
tell where he is by his mouth?
Well, only when he's close.
Up to
That
100.
is going to be
100
very useful, Mr. Poindexter.
Wow, thank you. But seriously, he is coming.
I was gonna say it's
Okay,
not all
I'm-
lost, he might think it's a false alarm, but if he's seen the balls, I think we're boned.
I'm going to launch the balls like directly past him in an attempt to see like making on that the balls are like escaping from this area in an attempt to get him to chase after them.
He still seems to be persisting in his advance towards the tower. Perhaps not in search of you, but this, as you saw before, is where he keeps his weapons, it seems.
Okay, all right.
If we can run interference and stop what he's trying to do at the tower, it could buy Chelsea. It could buy Vulture and Regent some time.
Wait a second. Driver,
Yeah,
can you record surroundings and use them as camouflage?
I can. Can I do
I think
that? Actually,
Absolutely.
okay, I can.
Record the corner as we pile into the corner and project it in front of us, creating like
Alright.
an optical illusion so we can see what
You
the
know
fuck he's
what?
doing.
Dune, I'm so glad you said that because I've been thinking about that idea for weeks now.
That's
It's pretty cool.
Because, like, he
Yeah.
saw the balls, which worries me, but maybe we can still pass this off as a false alarm, or at least stay hidden.
Oh no, that's out the window.
This is now like a Silent Hill where we're running from Pyramid Head and trying to avoid them.
What I'm trying to do here is have him chase after the balls. And Tan might be right that he's going up here to get his weapons or something, so I'm going to test that.
Yeah, yeah, we can do that, but I was thinking that if he's coming here to get something from the tower, we could run interference on that before he gets it.
Right. I mean, we could use this opportunity to jump him.
Yeah. We can try your idea first, though, because
I mean, if we're in the
yeah.
corner projected, then it's a
Yeah, we can
I wanna
we can watch what he's doing. Yeah,
right. I want to see
I
what he
feel you.
does first.
Yeah. All right, we're going with that. I huddle us all in the corner. I cover Poindexter's mouth.
Okay, so you hear the creak, creak, creak as these heavy footsteps advance up the staircase. And then this massive, huge man appears around the corner, sort of striding with purpose into this office towards the weapons on the wall. I'm going to need everyone to roll a stealth with advantage here. Well, you two, I mean. When I say everyone here.
What about Poindexter?
Poindexter, I'm not going to make your fate depend on Poindexter's stealth roll. I'm going to be kinder than that.
What stats are we rolling?
Typically,
Stealth is body and reason.
Body and reason. Okay.
typically, I don't know if you've ever done like a group roll. It's not really relevant for just two people.
Can I use precision since I'm using my stand for this?
Sure.
But typically on a group roll, usually instead of like one failure equals they're all screwed, it's like if there's more successes than fails, it's good to go.
And that'll be against the focus of a maximum ride. So you've done pretty well there.
Nice. Yeah, you got 4 successes.
I have fucking overposed, actually.
1, 2. Yeah, you definitely did. He does not notice either of you.
This is like a perfect fucking projection.
Yeah, he marches past you, takes out a key, unlocks the cabinet on the wall, and retrieves a pump-action shotgun.
Okay.
This is like when Polnareff and Iggy were like having the sand Dio to ambush Vanilla Ice.
So he is turning, after sort of locking the cabinet again, he is turning to leave. So were you just going to keep hiding, or do you have any intentions here, or...?
I am going to send out, as he's leaving, I'm going to send out another ball, and that... Okay, no. First, I'm going to transform my hand into a ball specifically, and fuse it with a ball that transforms my handgun that I keep on me. And I'm going to send these 2 balls...
what if we put... Wait, we still have the chain from... the chain handcuff thing from earlier, right?
We do, yes.
We can you project that in, or can you turn that into a ball and then slide it onto him?
It's already a ball. We could try that, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought we had the chain baller. Do you guys also have the
We
chain?
have 2 of them, don't we? One went with one group and one went with the other.
I gotcha.
Well, one thing I have to ask though, how big is the manacle in comparison to this guy's wrist? Because I'm getting the
maybe will not go around his wrist fully.
But remember, as long as it's touching him, it's good to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even if it only buys you a couple seconds, it's like a round to react, maybe.
Okay. Then I'll send a third ball out. Then I'm going to try to position the ball that has my hand and the pistol in a corner, like where he's kind of like walking towards, and I'm going to position the one that has the manacle on the other side. And what I'm going to try to do here is send both of them at him. And when I turn them back into their materials, the manacle will have disabled his stand, and he's going to get like shot in the face. I mean, he's not indestructible.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're going to like get onto him, then shoot at his face. Sorry, I had to drift away for a second.
So he's trying to drop the manacle on him, and at the same time have his hand as a ball and his gun as a ball manifest, and then the hand shoots the gun. But like, can you control the hand when it's separated from you? And also, he might have time to react if he sees the ball. So it's like, but if he pulled it off as written, I guess he would like die instead of headshot.
Right. Well, I'm trying to do it both at the same time. But you're right, he could see it. And I can control my limbs as when they're...
Yeah, I think you've already done it, haven't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have.
Okay. So I would say this is a maneuver here, because you're trying to do these things at the same time. It's body and speed, I would say.
Okay.
And that'll be against his anticipate here. You'll have advantage just because you're in stealth, by the way. So it's against his reason and speed.
Finally, a GM that respects stealth.
Oh, fuck.
Never mind. A dice roll that doesn't respect stealth.
Oh. Yeah, so as you do this maneuver, the manacle is sort of falling from above, if I understand correctly, as you're doing this.
Yes.
And like, almost as if he's noticed the difference in air pressure or some other absurd bullshit. His body, like, he's startlingly fast for a man his size. He lunges around, realizes what it is, takes his shotgun and like slaps out of the air with the barrel of the shotgun.
And what happens to the shot that I fire directly at him?
That does miss as well. Sort of hits the glass in the window behind him.
Fuck. Okay,
That,
I retract.
That same
I retract
sort of
my balls.
efficient movement was also a dodge.
Have an idea.
You're retracting the balls, you said?
I retract my balls.
Can
yeah,
he see the hand returning
His eyes
to the
flick
hiding
to where
place?
the balls are retracting to.
Yeah.
You are no longer in stealth.
We could as he's like looking over towards us, can I have like the will of one project like a fucking clone of Dante and Proto Men behind him, and try and like grip onto the shotgun to try and pull it away?
Absolutely. I would say that's a restraint here.
Should we write down an
Yeah.
initiative order, by the way?
Oh yeah, probably time to yeah.
Yeah.
Let's say Max and Ride. We'll start at your turn here, driver, because you're doing your thing.
Yeah.
Just do this for now.
So that's like what
No point
power and body.
Restrain is power and durability. It would be.
Okay, that would be the same. That's 4 plus 3. That's. Do I get an advantage for surprising him? By the way.
I would say since you've just broken us off, you don't have an advantage here. A point DX does not get a turn. He's not a fighter.
Okay.
And that'll be against his indoor hit, so he's going for body and pluck. So, 1, 2. I think it's a draw there, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a draw. So you managed to stop him from firing upon you, but you're not actually like restraining him. You know he'll be able to move again in a second, basically. So he's not like in a lock or anything right now.
Yeah. I was just trying to get the gun out of his hands, but yeah.
So yeah, a second later, he jerks his hands, throws off the grip, and points the gun towards. I assume the corner still appears empty because you still got. He says, "On your feet and your hands up. No funny business, or I blow your fucking heads off." So he's not attacking for now, it seems.
Bat, can you pretend that I have an idea. Can you pretend that like you're the only one in this corner as you come out, pretending to surrender, but the clone of Dante will pretend to be me, and then I can catch him by surprise again?
Gotcha. Am I coming out with the clone?
No, you're coming out alone. The clone of Dante is already behind him.
Gotcha. All right, I come out and I have my hands up and I start, stuttering. I'm like, all right, I got you. Here. Look, no weapons. Don't shoot.
Who the hell are you? Good trouble send you? Fucking typical.
Who? No, not good trouble. Damn it, you think I'm one of those freaks?
He sort of jerks the gun towards the manacle on the floor. Get that on you.
Of course. And as I kneel down to pick it up, I'm assuming Dante's gonna try something here.
Yeah. Can we do like a dual heat action to try and like the clone of Dante, of course, still being there, can like try and attack from one direction. I attack from the other, and then Bat tries to restrain him with the thing.
Okay, so dual attack, and his attack is going to be like binding him with the chain.
Yeah, and I think this qualifies as a rule of cool.
I'll give it to you. You bullied me into it.
I'll roll speed.
And I'm rolling precision?
Yeah, I'd say precision probably. So that's
Okay.
finesse from a finesse roll overall.
That's a 2 from me.
He's
That's
going
a
to go
3
for a
from
dodge
you.
here, so
So
he's going
that's
for body and
5 in
wit.
total.
Okay, that's going to be against his body and his wit here. So let's see how that turns out for our guy. Yeah, you've got him.
Yes!
Thank
So yeah,
God.
you hit him on the back of the head, sort of start stunning him for a second, and in that second, manage to wrap those chains around his wrists, sort of nullifying his stand, it appears, or stifling it even.
All right.
So from it's not too difficult for your stance to sort of restrain him.
Yeah. Is that the end of combat, or?
It is the end of combat for now, and we're going to swoosh
Okay,
over.
actually, before we swoosh over, can we do
Okay.
one more dual heat to complete the thing, where we both punch him to knock him out?
Sure.
That's...
Say goodnight, bastard.
Who the hell are you?
That's a 2 from me.
Just roll another body, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're looking at him.
That's it. He's out cold.
He's out cold, yeah.
Yeah.
That was
And
easier
then-
than I expected.
And we
I
swoosh.
high five bats, by the way.
Oh, also, make sure Poindexter gives an update on what the fuck just happened.
Yeah.
Before we
So-
get that update, since there was some time in between.
Okay, I was going to say we're going to swoosh over. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you were making your way to this cell, I assume, the 5D?
So I was first going down a floor to see if that was 4 or 2.
It was 2 below.
Okay, so I imagine we're heading back up. But also, I want to fucking pull Vasilii aside for a second while, the alarms are blaring and we're freaking out. And I want to kind of push him against the wall. Like, why the fuck did you do that?
What, you were drawing mouths along the doors? I thought there must have been a reason for it.
Why would you cause a scene like that and alert the prison? That was just in case. And she puts her hands on her face. She goes, and she's like shaking. She goes, Vasilii, I can't. We can't fuck up this mission. We just can't, okay?
Don't worry, I have no interest in meeting my grave anytime soon, either.
You gotta communicate with me, alright?
Alright. Well, that could have begun with whatever the mouths were for.
I was going to explain
Wait.
that once we headed down a floor.
Ways.
I was setting up mouths that Poindexter could use to distract the warden if he was starting to get close, or if we needed to communicate with the prisoners. I just thought it would be nice to have as a backup since he can control them. I didn't want to break open the cell and alert the prisoners that we were here right now and freak them out. Now the warden's probably around here somewhere getting ready to blow our brains out.
Oh, I see. So there wasn't some special prisoner you were looking for.
No, Vasilii, okay, you know what? I don't have time for this. Come on, we have to go find 5D.
Are we on 4D?
I think we went to 2D on accident before, so we have to make our way back up.
Wait, wouldn't it be down? 'Cause it's like, wait, hold on.
We went down a
What?
floor. He said that was
Okay,
2D
okay.
when we were on 3D.
Yeah, you have to go upstairs to get to 5D, basically.
Yes.
So yeah, as you're making your way up the stairs, you do have there's a moment that maybe makes you hesitate as you're sort of getting to the 4th floor. You see that one of the prison's cell doors is like wide open.
Oh my
Like,
god.
from
It's
his-
the Oh my god, the twist is that Coalanth actually runs the prison, isn't it?
So you see that it's wide from your perspective. You can't actually see anything inside the cell. It's sort of open as a barrier against you guys, sort of vision-wise.
This is 5D.
This is floor 4. You just sort of, as you're going up the stairs, you see this.
I put a hand over Regent for a moment and sort of lock eyes with him. Not speaking aloud in case there's someone there, but I kind of, with my eyes, I'm saying something along the lines of, what the fuck should we do?
Vasilii. Well, he can't really talk right now, so I guess he just nods and, muffled, tries to go, this wasn't you.
What?
I point at him, and then point at me, and put out one hand, and I do it like the two of us are walking, and then I jerk my head towards the door, and then I do thumbs up, thumbs down. Like, which is it?
He gives a thumbs up.
Alright, I nod, I take out my gun, and, press myself to the wall, and try to open the door, and, like, you know how, like, fucking, I don't want to say a cop, but you know what I mean, like an agent would open a door where you, like, fucking swing in and you're checking your corners, like that.
Okay, well, as you're approaching, going around this door, you do see, like, as you get to a better angle, there's sort of hand sort of on the floor, basically outside the door. Basically, you can see, presumably there's an entire body attached to the hand, but from your perspective, you can just see a hand, like, limp, hanging on the floor.
What's the label on this door?
It's 4A.
4A. I put a hand back, telling Vasilii to wait a sec, so he can be my trump card in case there's fuckery going on. And I'm going to step in with my gun pointed towards the hand. I'm going to look at what the body is, or what's going on with that.
It's the body of a prisoner, sort of his face warped in horror, and he's dead. He's definitely dead. His eyes are wide open, his tongue sticking out. And bizarrely enough, you can see what appears to be like dozens of gold wristwatches sort of bound tightly around his body, one even wrapped around his tongue. And it looks like he died recently.
Can I manipulate his corpse?
You can.
Jesus Christ.
But maybe as you reach down to do so, you do see that it's dark in here, so it's hard to tell initially, but when you lean down, you see that the floor below you is unnaturally dark, like almost like oil or ink. And you realise this is something you've seen before recently in New York, which it seems to be the method by which that large man was sort of teleporting in and out of places. He was sort of sinking into shadows and out of shadows.
I fucking whirl around with my gun.
You whirl around with your gun towards Vasilii, and you see that standing down the hallway, further down from Vasilii, is stepping out of those shadows, sort of like rising out of them, is the spin user, Micah Jack.
I say, Regent, look out! And I contort the dead body into, like, one big spear and launch it in his direction. Not Vasilii, but the Micah Jag.
Vasilii, your time is up.
No.
Oh, Regent! That way! Look out! And then I fucking zoop the spear towards that guy.
He immediately, ducks.
Okay, so roll for a strike here, and that'll be against a dodge.
Alright, strike is... Gotta open this up. Power and precision. Yeah, I can rock that. 2 from me. Two from him, so he dodges it, I believe.
Yeah, so he sort of moves his head slightly, and the spear sails back into the wall behind him. What a coincidence, he says. I think I'd see you fellows again after the Winter's box. Small world, eh?
You stay the hell away from us, Micah. We don't want anything to do with you.
Well, neither do I want to review. We're simply here for our old friend. But since we're here, he sort of lifts his hand, snaps his fingers, and on cue you hear a legion of like buzzes, like as one by one all around you, all the prison doors begin to open.
Oh, that's not good.
And we fade to black.
What for
the session?
Yeah, it's been 2 hours.
It's been 2 hours, yeah.
Double session. Session. Okay.
I can't do a double session. I've got other stuff we need to fucking do that.
I think the fans want a double
so greedy,
session.
Darnell. You're fucking greedy.
It's what the people want, personally.
What do you want?
Lost.
We the people.
I'm sorry.
Alright, well, that was fun.
That was a really good session. That was one of my favorites.
I know we say that like every new session, but it's true, because each one's better than the last. Truly.
It's true.
Truly outrageous.
That's the best cliffhanger we've left on in a while, too.
Oh, God, I hate Micah so much. Can we kill him?
I like him, thank you.
I want to fucking stab
I don't
his
think
neck.
it's a good idea to kill a better Angel's contact, honestly. Especially, like, I'm waiting for us to like flip one of these guys. Like, cause so far we haven't.
I
really,
was so prepared to use another one of my.
I'm waiting for one of them to either leave a scar on us or us to leave a scar on them to increase the drama. Okay, this is happening now.
Like I'm just waiting for us to turn like an enemy.
One of
into
them
an
is
ally.
going to end up killing Dante. I'm just going to say that right now.
What should we call this session?
Prison break.
Prison break.
More like prison bike, am I right?
Was this
Prison bike?
Was this episode 8?
I think so.
Yeah, it's 8.
Also, we still haven't used the Jamboard since like session 2. Should I just keep opening
I
it?
mean, we could just call it Pitch Black. That's the name of the prison. That's more like.
Ooh.
I have a good feeling that we're going to use the Jamboard next session, considering literally like every prisoner is freed.
Yeah, this will be pretty brutal. Alright, well thank you guys as always for watching, and we'll see you next time on Good Trouble.
It's time to kill every single fucking prisoner in here.
I can't believe I accidentally foreshadowed all the prisoners getting loose.
The worst part is this is the floor we just entered, so I didn't get to draw mouths on all these doors yet.
Maybe we'll get to, honestly, maybe we could play it off as like, oh, we're freeing them. They won't come after us.
Maybe. But I need to sign off the episode. Bye!
Bye!
Bye.
Now.